So part of the routine is there's going to be a move where you're traveling backwards, basically, and we want to look good when we do that. And one way to keep that looking good, it's very important to maintain your posture during everything we're doing, but also here because it's very noticeable. You don't have to posture here. So normally we're going to have our shoulders back, chest is forward. We want to make sure that we're keeping our posture as we're traveling back. So what we're going to do for a drill is we're going to be taking these steps back, and we're going to make sure that our chest is staying over our toes, our head is looking forward, and our hips are back. So the steps are super easy. You're just going to be stepping backwards and throwing that hip out there for sass. But yeah, super easy. And just mainly just focusing on my posture. So the counts are going to be easy, 1 count per step. So doing it 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As a drill, just to make sure you're being mindful of your posture. You can of course apply it to everything else. You're like, oh, how am I isolating my upper body from my lower body? Even though I'm like bringing my hips forward in some moves, I'm not losing my posture. So this next drill is to help with the Samba Whisk. It's going to basically kind of cover everything I was talking about in the technique portion of my explanation of the whisk, but this is just kind of like a more in-depth way for you guys to think about it. So the first step, I've been stepping to the right first the entire time. I'm going to keep doing that just to not confuse you guys. So we're going to come down in this neutral position before we start. My left hip is facing forward. My knees are not locked. They're soft right now. And then for that first count, we all know we're coming over here. Now my right hip is facing kind of a diagonal wall right now. And then this next move, we're going to be rising as we switch our hips and bring our leg in. So we're rising here. My left hip is now forward. And this is going to happen very quickly. You are going to switch your hips again while sending your left leg back. And then you're going to come down into kind of that neutral position I was talking about, how we started at the beginning. And now, before we step to that side, we're going to be rising up. So you kind of think about how I was talking about posture earlier. You're going to keep that posture, and you're going to raise basically your hips up as we take that step to the side and are switching our left hip forward. Again, switching hips as I bring my leg in. This happens very quickly, of course. Switch, go down, rise up. And then a little bit faster would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now facing this direction. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So again, with our Bota Fogo, we remember that we kind of have this movement. You're just kind of not really stepping out. You just like step or place real quick. This drill is going to help us get familiar with that movement. How we're going to do it is we know that we're usually starting with our foot back for our Bota Fogo. We're not going to do that right now. We are just going to start with in this kind of neutral position. Our knees are not locked because that's not fun. And we are going to step out to the side just like we do with our Bota Fogo. Our hip is going to come around. It's like there's a puppet master and he's over there and then he runs over there. And our hip's like, okay, we gotta go over there. And then our right knee is going to be kind of down, bent. we are going to rise up and then switch, basically back to this down position. And then again, stepping out, hip moves to the side, rise, drop down, step out, hip, rise, drop down, step out, yeah. And so with the counts, it's going to be, one, we're not going to be doing anything because that's when we're normally crossing, just for that first one. So it's going to be 1, up 2, 3, up 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, again, it's going to be a little bit faster now. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,